Hello, my name is Dr. Caroline Walker and I'm an NHS psychiatrist and a specialist in doctors' wellbeing. I'm making a series of videos about the emotional impact of COVID-19 on doctors, and today I'd really like to talk about parenting. I'd like to talk to all of you out there who are maybe hoping to become parents, maybe you're expecting a child at the moment, or maybe you have children at the moment. So any of you out there who are really in that kind of, in those brackets where children are kind of part of this whole this thing that's going on right now for you. So I'm hearing from a lot of doctors at different stages in this. I'm hearing from doctors who are perhaps were really wanting to start a family or struggling to start a family, and now this has come along as well, and it just feels like the worst timing possible, and just another major stress to add into that difficult time for you at this point. I'm hearing from a lot of doctors who are pregnant and really quite worried about exposing themselves or their unborn child to the virus in some way or another, or worrying about how their work is going to be impacted and how that's going to play out with their pregnancy as it unfolds. Some who are off sick with pregnancy related issues and feeling incredibly guilty for not being able to be working and helping their colleagues at this time. I'm hearing from some who are due to give birth or have just given birth, and in these extraordinary times when the health service isn't running quite as it normally would be for women, and their families around the time of birth. There are those who have relatively recently given birth in that first year or so who are really at an increased risk of postnatal depression in both mums and dads. Dads often get missed in this, and at the moment this is like just an extra stressor and risk factor to kind of increase that risk that you're going to struggle in those first few weeks and months and that first year. I'm also hearing from a lot of parents who have children of different age groups and the struggles that they're having, and particularly having to juggle or balance, childcare responsibilities now with work, and how different family groupings are trying to navigate this and struggling through this, because of the impact that all of this is having on our relationships as well. So where many may have had quite established good patterns of when we go to work, when we come home, who looks after the kids. A lot of families work very, very hard, particularly medic mums and dads work very hard to balance their extraordinary different array of roles and stresses in normal life, and this has kind of just thrown everything up in the air, and they're now having to deal with this really quite unprecedented situation at work, but also the challenges of now having children at home as well. So I just wanted to have a think about a few things that may help some of you, whatever phase it is that you're at with this journey, and just think, first of all, just to normalise whatever you're feeling. It's really, really, really normal if you're feeling anxious, if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling angry, if you're feeling really irritable, if you're feeling confused, if your emotions are just going all over the place at the moment, then it's totally normal. And I speak as a medic mum myself of a 7-year-old and a 12-year-old. It's really challenging right now to be having all these extra decisions, all these extra emotions kind of going on. And when, parenting from preconception right through to, through pregnancy to, having children and beyond is absolutely, challenging enough as it is. So to be doing it or trying to do the best we can in these extraordinary circumstances, I think we really have to give ourselves a bit of a break here. And although it doesn't come naturally for us as doctors to kind of lower our expectations a bit and our standards of what we're expecting of ourselves as parents and as doctors even right now, I think we have to kind of look at the situation and go, okay, this really is extraordinary, and actually maybe I'm expecting a bit much of myself, and where can I kind of ease back on that. So if you're somebody that was already struggling with maybe trying to get pregnant or planning to get pregnant or is trying to get pregnant right now, then it's really is, I really feel for you. My heart goes out to you, because this is a really difficult time. You know, that is a difficult journey to be on anyway, and then to throw all of this into the mix, you know, really doesn't help. So please know you're not alone in that. There are many you know, doctors and their partners out there at the moment who are in the same boat. If you're pregnant at the moment, you're very anxious about how this is going to impact, please be reassured that you're that nobody wants to put you or your baby at risk, and actually you know, the same risk assessments that will apply and are applying. I'm helping you know, pregnant doctors to make sure that they're not put into higher risk situations than they would ordinarily be expected to be in during pregnancy. And if you're off and you can't work, then please know that we know you can't do anything about that. This isn't your fault. You might feel guilty because you care and you want to do more, but right now you kind of have to just do what your body's telling you to do, and to rest and to get the help and support you need. And you know, the NHS is going to need you down the line to come back when, you know, we don't just need doctors right now, we're going to need doctors long term for this. So your place might not be right now. Maybe your place is to be, you know, growing that baby and looking after it as best you can. Those of you about to give birth, again, a very scary time, you know, ordinarily, but right now not knowing quite what the situation is going to be, if you're going to be able to have your loved one with you or not. I mean, again, you know, please be reassured that all of those involved in your care will be doing their absolute best to make this as normal and as a comfortable a time for you as we possibly can, because, you know, I think there's a recognition that this is just, you know, not going to be easy for any of you in that situation. For those of you who've got children, so let's say you've got, it helps me to sort of think about the different age groups. So if you think about preschool children, at that stage, I really think the priority, their needs are really very basic. You don't really need to be doing much with them. I think it's more about keeping yourself sane at that age. So if you've got kids kind of even up to year one, kind of 5, 6-ish, then really I would think about, like, how are you going to keep yourself sane when you're having to do the childcare and balance that with work, and not worry too much about their needs, because you're gonna be meeting their basic needs. You absolutely are, right? Yeah, really focusing on what you need. So is it that you need to be, like, thinking about how you use that one lot of exercise each day to get out of the house, and, you know, and really use that to your full advantage to stay sane? Handing over, you know, asking where you possibly can for those that are in your household or in your close circle of contact that you are having face-to-face contact with, to help you out, because, you know, that's an age where we really need to try not to be doing it on our own if we possibly can. For primary school age, I think sort of year 1, 2 upwards, up to about 11-ish, really keep it, again, very simple, very basic. They need a little bit of structure, nothing too fancy. You don't need any crazy, you know, multicolored timetables. Just a little bit of structure, like just on the meals, and maybe a little something in the morning, a little something in the afternoon, just to hold a bit of, you know, kids of that age really like a little bit of kind of routine and structure, and some occupation, something to do. They tend to be quite industrious at that age. So, and again, it doesn't matter what that is. You know, we do not need to be replacing our school teachers right now. Even if they're playing with their Lego or something, I mean, that's absolutely fine, because that's learning and it's growing and it's wonderful. And they're going to be okay. They've got, you know, very simple needs, children, and they're very resilient, and you know, they're going to be okay through all of this. So just keeping it really simple for that age group. For those in sort of secondary school and upwards, I think it's really about trying to keep them connected with their friendship groups. So, and luckily most kids these days will have some sort of online or phone based way of keeping connected with their friends at this time, and just allowing them to do that. I think it's really important. I was speaking to a mum the other day of a sort of preteen boy, and she was like, well, he's just on the, you know, Xbox all day, but actually he's playing with his friends on the Xbox all day. And I think that's really important. It's to just acknowledge that at that age, it's really about that kind of interaction with the peers more than their actual learning over this sort of period of time that we're going to be having them off school for. So yeah, for preschool, I'd just say keep sane. For primary school, a little bit of routine and a little bit of activity or something, doing something. And then secondary school age, I think really just making sure that they're connecting with their friends. And beyond that, I think we need to be giving ourselves a really long rope here about what we do or don't do with our children, because we're all trying to deal with an extraordinarily complex situation here. Very stressful work. All facing all the same challenges every other human being is right now in terms of the lockdown and things like that. So yeah, just being really kind to ourselves, lowering the expectations. And when it comes to our relationships at the moment, I think, they're all going to be struggling a little bit to adjust, and that will take a few weeks to find our new normal and to find our way. So if you're being a bit more irritable, or you're just absolutely incensed at the lack of support you're getting or whatever, then please know you're not alone. A lot of people are struggling with this right now. If you want to hear a little bit more about this stuff, I've did a podcast with a child psychiatrist and a parent coach recently, and that's on it's the Joyful Doctor podcast. If you search for it on your any podcast app or on podcast.com, it's on there, or it's on the page, the Joyful Doctor Facebook page. You can have a little listen. It's about half an hour or so long, and it just talks a bit more about this sort of stuff. But really, I just wanted to get across for all of you out there, whatever stage you're at in terms of having children, wanting children, having children, looking after yourselves as parents through this, please know you're not alone. We're all struggling to find our way through this, and it's very early days, and we are going to get there. Please drop comments in below this video if there's things that are really helping you as a parent through this. Please connect with each other, because we're not meant to parent on our own. We're meant to. It takes a village to raise a child, and we need the support of one another here to normalise how hard this is for us. So please do comment below if there's helpful things, or you need support, or you want to connect with other parents with children the same age, or whatever issue it might be you're facing. And if this has been helpful, please do love, comment, share it. And if there's particular topics you want me to go into more detail on or give more tips on, then please again just drop a comment in the box below, and I'll make more videos in the weeks and months to come to try and help you through this. But hang in there. We're going to get through this together. And just go easy on yourself, because being a parent is hard at the best of times, and right now it's extraordinarily hard. So be kind, and I'll speak to you soon. Okay, bye for now.